even after a year, there was like a crazy difference in my income because I was actually able to take on more shoots and more weddings because I wasn't chained to my desk. I wasn't burnt out. I wasn't spending so much time like behind on my editing backlog. So instead, I got to accept more shoots, more weddings, which that meant more income. When I first started my wedding photography business back in 2011, I made just $5,000 in my business. Now, I bring in multiple six figures per year while working only 30-hour weeks serving my dream couples. I'm here to help you discover that it's so possible to have what you want when you want in your business so that you can create the life you've always dreamed of and deserve. I have a special, exciting binge week in store for you this week. And firstly, I just want to make sure you can kind of self identify on whether all the episodes that are coming out this week are for you. So, if you are a photographer that feels like you are overworked and underpaid, aka not making as much money as you want, or you feel like there's not enough time or hours in a day to get everything you want done, you feel exhausted, you feel like you're lacking energy, your life feels chaotic, you feel like you have no personal life at times, even. When you're working, you feel guilty that you're not spending time with loved ones. And when you're spending time with loved ones, you feel guilty that you're not working. You may also be experiencing body aches from sitting at your computer too much, or like even a short fuse with loved ones because you're just constantly feeling like stressed and overwhelmed. I wanted to say overworked and overwhelmed at the same time, so that's what came up. And you feel like you're constantly playing catch up. And then when you even think about getting support in your business in some way through outsourcing, whether you've tried it or not, you feel this feeling inside of you that everything should come from you. You are the artist, or like no one can do it as well as you can. So you don't even continue down the path of even trying to outsource. Or maybe you're like, outsourcing is expensive. I can't afford it. There's no way I can afford to outsource, or I think it's expensive. I don't even know where to start. So, if any of these resonated with you, even one or two, or I'm assuming maybe even a lot of them resonated with you, then this week is literally for you. I'm just going to call it binge week just for fun because it makes me think of like a really good series on Netflix. So, what I realized is when I was going back through all the podcast episodes that I've recorded over the past 4 years, I've recorded 28 episodes on the topic of outsourcing. Holy crap, that's a lot. And there's so much juiciness in all of them. And the idea that I had and what I want to do is I'm going to actually take all the ones that were like the most popular, the most loved, the most valued, and I'm going to release them one day at a time for the rest of this week so that you can enjoy them and binge them and feel hopeful for your future that this isn't the way that it has to be. Like, it doesn't have to feel like you're constantly on the struggle bus or surviving. Like, success as a photographer can totally feel like even like slow abundant living. It could totally feel that way. And I'm definitely here to help show you that the new paradigm for success for us as photographers is to have an abundance of time while also making an abundance of money at the same time. It's not just I have all these bookings and I'm making all that money. That's not what success has to be. We can also add time to the equation and having a lot more energy and vitality. That could be our new success that we're striving for, and it's totally possible and doable. And so a lot of these episodes, they're pulled from like random years because the most popular ones are kind of just all over the place. It depends on which year I release them, but I just want you to keep in mind that they're pulled from outside of me launching my Outsourcing Made Easy course. They're pulled from in the middle of a launch. So if you're listening to an episode and randomly I'm talking about signing up for OME today, or today is the last day, or I don't talk about signing up for OMI. Just know it's a past episode. And for context, this year in 2024, the Doors to Outsourcing Made Easy, my program where I give you the step by step roadmap to cutting back 70% of your working time behind your computer so that you can shoot more, make more money, and work less overall. The doors are opening first week of October in 2024. So keep your eyes out, keep your ears out for that. And if you want to make it super easy for yourself so you don't miss the short window of time that the doors will be open, because they only open for a short window of time once a year. And every year I have people messaging me being like, what? You launched it a month ago. I totally missed it. I wish I saw. So, like, make sure to get on the priority list so you can be the first to know. And when you are on the priority list, you will get access to special perks that no one in the public has. So this is like, these are like my VIPs that are like, ooh, I'm interested, tell me more. And if you are on the priority list, I'm going to treat you extra special, extra good. I'm going to give you those special perks, but there's no pressure to like obviously sign up or anything like that. It's just a way for you to gather more information for you to make the best decision for yourself. And at the end of the day, I just want you to make the best decision for yourself. So um, do that. Click the link in the show notes, get on that priority list. And also, while I have you here, before we dive into this episode, I also have a really exciting workshop that I've put together for you. If you have been feeling all the things that I just mentioned, right? And this is really exciting. It's brand new, it's fresh. I've never done it before. I feel so drawn and called to offer it. And it's so affordable. It's under $50 and it's a workshop style workshop where you're actually going to put pen to paper and get stuff done and get answers and get clarity. So it's called the Reclaim Your Time and Energy Workshop, and it's going to be happening on September 18th, which is a Wednesday. So just around the corner. It's going to be about 2 hours long. And in there, you're going to get clarity on where you're wasting your precious time and energy in your photography business. And that you're also going to discover your dream hourly rate that you need to know about so you know where you're going and you know what you're striving towards, and you know how many bookings you need and how much money you want to make and how many hours you want to be spending in order to make that hourly rate. Like, if you don't know your hourly rate, it's kind of like you're flying blind. It's kind of like an airplane takes off, but then it doesn't have like a target, like a city to fly to. So this dream hourly rate is kind of like your pin on the map of like, oh, that's where I'm flying to. Okay, now I can make aligned decisions to get to that dream hourly rate while I'm also saving my time and my energy along the way. So, oh my gosh, as I'm looking out the window, there's a plane flying by. So, this is going to be such a fun workshop. You're going to get so many answers. I'm going to have worksheets for you. You're going to ask me questions live if you need to. I'm going to be coaching people live. You're going to connect with other photographers in the community so you feel less alone. And so, yeah, I'm really excited for you to join this workshop. So, go to the link in my show notes, sign up for it. It's under $50, super affordable. And when you sign up for it, I think what's even more fun is if we just grow the community experience even more. So invite two of your photographer friends, your two closest photographer friends that you would love to go through these exercises with, that you would love to then leave the workshop and support each other continuously with the answers that you received, like, because you are who you surround yourself with. And that way you can create this beautiful little accountability situation for each other. And so that would be such a beautiful way for you to experience the workshop. And I would be so honored to teach you these incredible, like mind-blowing moments of how you can build your business in a way where you're saving your time, you're saving your energy, and you're working towards that dream hourly rate that is just going to make you feel so fulfilled, because you're going to be making really amazing money for the craft that you love doing, which is photography. So click the link in the show notes. I cannot wait to see you in the workshop, and I hope you enjoy this binge week of episodes. And yeah, grateful for you. Busy season. It happens to us photographers every single year. It comes around as soon as the weather starts getting warmer and goes away at the first sign of frigid days. At the start, you get all excited to finally start shooting again and for the opportunity to get creative. You really believe that this year will be different than the last, meaning you won't get overworked and burnt out because you feel like you are so much more organized than you were last year. And you made a promise to yourself that your health and life is a priority and that burnout is no longer welcome in your life. Then somehow you find yourself in the final 2 or 3 months of the season, backlogged with editing work, culling, emails that are just flooding in and making you feel more overwhelmed and even sometimes resentful of your clients. You can't seem to catch up even though you are working every single day for on average 12 to 15 hours. You automatically think to yourself, ugh, this sucks right now, and I'm so exhausted, but it's okay because I need to bring in the money that I need so I have enough for my off season. I'll just rest when it's off season. If you're relating to this scenario all too well, then first I want to send you a big virtual hug because I know how shitty this can feel. I mean, it can mean you're missing out on quality time with your family and friends, and especially if you're a parent, most of all, your kids. And you're missing time out with your kids that are, growing up so quickly. And then once that time is gone with them, you will never get it back. So I definitely experienced this rock bottom burnout feeling in my photography career before when I just had to keep working through it because you're in the middle of the season and people are expecting things from you, your clients, right? And you just have to deliver. And to be honest, I literally don't know how I did it. It's all a blur. But you see, like when I realized I didn't want my life to be a blur anymore, and when my health and relationships were beginning to suffer, that's when I realized something had to change. So let's have a reflection moment together. Listen to what I'm about to say, and I want you to really take it in. The way you live every day, every week, every month, and every year is what makes up your life. Did you let that sink in? So let me ask you this and be honest with yourself. Do yourself a favor. Just be honest with yourself. Do you like how each day is looking for you right now? Do you feel fulfilled in multiple areas in your life that are important to you? If the answer is no, it's okay. I just need you to know it's okay. You are doing your best with what you have. And also, the fact that you created a photography business with enough demand to keep you busy is incredible. So, you're doing an amazing freaking job. It just might be the time for you to take that next step into creating a successful photography business that is also giving you work-life harmony while you also make the income you want and deserve. So don't worry, I got you. This is why you're tuning into this episode. So I personally know that I love hearing other people's true life stories of how they overcame an obstacle or problem in their life or business. And so I'm going to share part of my story with you here right now to show you how I was able to create a work-life harmony for myself, where I now get to work 30-hour weeks, and that includes shooting, FYI, that it does include if I have 12-hour wedding day or 2 back-to-back 10-hour wedding days. And I'm also able to make multiple 6 figures in revenue in my business. So let's dive into the story. So back in 2015, I felt like I was living to work and not working to live. There's a difference, right? I literally hated the fact that I was busiest and my most stressed when the weather was nice. And then when I had more free time in off season, when the weather wasn't my favorite, I'm like, what the hell? That's when I have more free time. Like, no, I want to have more of a life in the summer, in the spring, in the fall. So this way of living just wasn't fulfilling to me, and it also wasn't sustainable. But I loved being a photographer so much. And so instead of choosing to quit or change careers, I became determined to figure out how to have it all. And to me, having it all is having a career that I love while also having more free time in my life and making really, really good money. So I had heard of this thing called outsourcing your editing. And even though I'm a perfectionist and someone that wants things done right and done well, that's the reason I haven't let go in getting help in my business for years and years and years. I decided to try it out because I'm like, you know what? If it works for other photographers, if it works for other people, and also on top of that, if there are other businesses that can have employees and they run really smoothly and well and create a great, exceptional client experience, I'm like, if it's possible for them, it must be possible for me too. So I'm like, okay, even though I was uncomfortable, even though I didn't want to let go of control, I was like, okay, let me try this outsourcing my editing thing because that's the thing that's taking up the most of my time. Sometimes I would sit at my desk for 12 hours editing a wedding, right? Or 15 hours, depending on the wedding and the lighting. And I'm just like, I don't want to sit at my computer for hours on end in my editing cave. Like, that's not what I signed up to do. I signed up to take photos more than sit behind my desk. So I started out this process. I started outsourcing my editing, and I actually had to try out like 2 or 3 different companies because I kept getting so frustrated that my edits weren't coming back as I would edit them. Okay. I ended up sticking, I think the first company or two, I tried them out and I'm like, whatever, they're not working. I'm going to try a different one. And I ended up sticking with a third one longer because then I'm like, wait a second, it can't be that all these companies are bad. Like, maybe I'll just stick with this company, this editor longer, and we can figure out a way to make it work. But even though I was sticking with this one editor, I was still getting frustrated because I still had to spend about 3 to 4 hours per wedding doing my own fixes and all of that. So I still had that frustrated feeling. But with being at this for about a year now, because I started outsourcing my editing in 2015, even after a year, there was like a crazy difference in my income because I was actually able to take on more shoots and more weddings because I wasn't chained to my desk. I wasn't burnt out. I wasn't spending so much time like behind on my editing backlog. So instead, I got to accept more shoots, more weddings, which that meant more income. And so the exciting thing was that I actually doubled my income. So from 2015, I had made $69,000 in revenue in my business. And in 2016, just 1 year after I just outsourced my editing, I made $135,000 in my business. So I was like, okay, that is a huge bonus, huge benefit. I am doing more of what I love, which is shooting. I am spending less time in front of the computer. But I still don't like the fact that I'm spending 3 to 4 hours per wedding fixing all these things. I want it to be done better. I want it to run more smoothly. So, with me wanting to solve this problem, I realized that I think it's time to invest in my education. And so I chose to learn from multi-million-dollar entrepreneurs on how they run their businesses with employees. And I learned how to outsource and how to train, how to learn how to teach someone to do the things the way that I did, and how to communicate effectively and train and hire and all of that. And so once I had actually invested in myself, of course, the pattern continues. Every time I invest in myself, I reap the benefits so much more later. I get all my money back and like 10 times, 20 times, 30 times more because I am equipped with this new knowledge that can take my life and business to the next level. So once I was successfully outsourcing in one area of my business, which was the editing, it became like a game to me. And I literally was thinking, okay, well, now that this is running smoothly, what else can I let go of in my business that doesn't bring me joy that I can train someone else to do? So then that led me to finally building streamlined outsourcing workflows in my business to get help with culling, album design, blogging, slideshow creation, admin work, like so many things in my photography business. And it was like a whole new world of possibility opened up for me. So I realized at that moment that I had created a business where I could work part-time, hours, weekly, yes, as a wedding photographer, but continually keep growing my income to new heights because I was able to take on more shooting and add an education income stream to my business. So, I mean, the year right now is 2021 as I'm recording this and probably as you're listening to this. And I'm about to have my biggest income year of my career, even in the middle of a pandemic.
And this is all while not being overworked and having so much more free time for myself. So previously, 2019 was my biggest income year. And I'm someone who's very open with numbers because I want other photographers to know what's possible for them. So in 2019, my income was $211,000 in revenue in my business. Okay. So just to be clear, revenue, that's before taking away taxes, before taking away, what's it called? Expenses, right? So I would say my take home was about $110,000. And I want to, again, be open with this information with you because I want you to know it's possible. So then, of course, 2020 happened. And again, full transparency, my income got cut in half because of so many unknowns, so many reschedules, wedding cancellations. And on top of that, I think photographers were just scared to invest in their education. So my income got cut in half, but I was still very proud of the year that I had, even in the middle of a pandemic. And now, fast forward to 2021, and I am about to have my biggest year yet. I don't know the actual number yet because it's only September. But my minimum that I'm bringing in for sure is 220,000 in revenue, and it's going to be much more than that, which I'm forecasting. So I want to share that with you because it literally wouldn't have been possible without outsourcing. And I am doing all of this again with not being overworked and having so much more free time for myself while making my dream income. And I'm literally creating this episode for you because I want the same for you. Like, I want you to know that you can have it all. You can be the portrait and wedding photographer that you've always dreamed of being while having time blocked off in your calendar for quality time with those that you love most. And you can also have the option of working less and making the same amount of money that you are right now. Or you can work less and scale your business to new heights and grow your income every year. So it's beautiful because outsourcing gives you options, right? And it creates possibilities in your life that you get to pick from, like out of a magazine, right? And to me, that is true freedom. So outsourcing allows you to run your business how you want to instead of it running you. You see what I did there? Because before, when I felt like I was working those 12 to 15-hour days, not even being able to catch up, even if I had the best of intentions, it was literally like I was just answering to my to-do list. And instead, now I get to take my power back. I get to choose what I want to do. I get to pick and do only the things that light me up. I get to have the income I dream of and deserve. And so, yeah, have a business that you run instead of it running you. So I literally could not be here where I am in my life and business without outsourcing. And straight up, it's not a freaking sexy topic. I get it. Like, it's not it's not like learning how to, document a portrait session in a more creative way, or learn how to, I don't even know what else comes to mind. Like, literally baby brain right now. For those of you that don't know yet, I'm pregnant, 4.5 months pregnant right now. But yeah, the only thing that comes to mind is like photographers. We get so excited about learning how to be more creative, and we love to just think of those new techniques and learn about lighting and maybe some prompts for portraits and weddings and all of that, right? So it's not a fun and sexy topic initially. I get it. But once you start learning how to actually apply it and you start seeing results, it actually, at least to me, it became a sexy topic because I'm like, what? I can have more freedom and more money at the same time. It's like, okay, that is like the ultimate sexy in my life. So I will take it. So I promise you, once you have these workflows in place in your business, and they just keep working for you each day, each week, each month, and each year, it becomes like a little addictive. It becomes like such a fun game. So I also want to share my goal was always to get to a point in my career where I wanted to work part-time and also make my dream income when I first became a mother. So in February of 2022, so as of this recording, that's 5 months away, Rory and I will welcome our first little one into this world, and I'm just so grateful that I gave myself the gift of believing that I had it in me to make my dreams come true. Even though it was hard at times, right? But no matter what you do in life, no matter what career you choose, No matter where you are at in your photography business, there are ups and downs, there are challenges, there are obstacles, and it's through us getting through those challenges, through those obstacles, that we grow and become stronger in running our photography business, better photographers, better people, all of that, right? So I'm just so grateful that I gave that gift to myself and I believed in myself. And I think that you have the capability of believing in yourself too, because you got yourself to this point in your photography career, and that took a lot of believing in yourself, right? So straight up, like next year is in 2022, I have 32 weddings booked, okay? But even though I have 32 weddings so far in 2022, even with being a new mom, I am not feeling overwhelmed or stressed about it at all because I have all of my outsourcing systems in place. And I also have my passive income streams in place, which I was able to build because I had more time on my hands, right? Also, Rory will be taking a long paternity leave since I have been able to take my business to a place where we are able to do that financially and we can just enjoy that time together instead of worrying about paying the bills. So, on top of me booking 32 weddings, I did that knowingly, knowing that Rory will be here with paternity leave by my side. So, it was all like thought out and planned out, right? But I know still, like some of you that are moms right now are listening and you're like, Sarah, you have no idea though what it's like to be a mom. And it's like, oh, I know that. I know I have no idea what I'm getting myself into, but at least I know that, like, basically, I know that some wedding days will be hard, may be hard for me in 2022 with being a new mom because I will literally be figuring out so many moving parts and probably from what I heard, basically not getting much sleep, right? So we will have to work out how to make sure little one is fed when I'm away from home on a wedding day, things like that, but we will figure that out. So with our baby being due end of February, I have 2 straight months off and then I have my wedding starting in May. So I feel like I'm like those 2 months, at least we have that. And then we can ease into it with the weddings. Even if he has to come with me with baby to the wedding for me to feed the baby. I don't know. We will figure it all out. I literally have no idea what I'm doing at this point, right? But the beauty is that during the work week, I'll only probably need to be working 8 to 12 hours or so just to quality check all the outsourced work that comes back to me because I quality check everything. I want to make sure like it's all done properly, but it doesn't take me too much time per wedding, per session to do all that. It's also, I'm including like emailing in those 8 to 12 hours, marketing, podcasting, right? And also continuing to support my students. So all of that is included in those 8 to 12 hours. So pretty much the rest of the week will be my time off, will be spent together with our little one. So I'll basically be working part-time hours while making my dream income when I'm a new mother. So also something that I wanted to mention is that I've decided that in 2022, I will only be taking on weddings and doing engagement sessions for my wedding clients. So I won't be taking on any extra sessions outside of that. So I can really take 2022 to focus mainly on being parents and spending quality time with our family and friends, with being new parents, all of that. So I want to have my evenings in the weekdays available to me. I want to have my days available to me. So that's why I'm open to giving up those 32 weekend dates for weddings. And if you think about it, there's 365 days in a year. I'm taking 32 days out of my year to like make most of my income. And I'm like, I am freaking down for that. And on top of that, weddings are my favorite thing to shoot. So I'm literally making my dream income, doing my favorite thing ever, and not being overworked. So basically, I'm just so grateful to outsourcing because I'm able to have all of this. I've basically been able to custom design my own business, my own life exactly how I want it. So I hope that my story has opened up your eyes to what is possible for you in your life and business too. I'm also so freaking excited to share a resource with you where I will be teaching you live with more visual examples of how you can have more time freedom and financial freedom. But first, I want to recap the benefits of outsourcing. So here I created a little list of like 10 reasons to fall in love with outsourcing so you can have a nice quick little recap of all the benefits. So number 1, you get to make more money. Number 2, you get to focus on working on things you enjoy most. Number 3, you have more time to take care of your mind, body, and soul. Number 4, you have more time to spend with your favorite people. Number 5, you have time and the help you need to scale and expand your business if that's what you want. Number 6, things are done for you on time, so it eliminates time wasted during procrastination and clients get their photos sooner. Number 7, you feel less stress and overwhelm. Number 8, you have time to focus on other hobbies and interests that make up a fuller life. Number 9, you have more time to learn so that you can improve your craft, which in turn helps you charge more and make more money and also makes you more in demand. Number 10, things can be done for you better than you could even do yourself. Sometimes it depends on what the task is, right? But that is available to you as well. Okay, so now I'm going to share with you the resource that you won't want to miss. So I've created a free live masterclass where you will be learning the 4 secrets to having more time and financial freedom while avoiding burnout as a photographer. So this will be live, so you'll actually have the opportunity to ask me questions directly all about it. And I know since you're a photographer, you're probably a visual learner. So this is like basically a must see, a must attend. You will just learn so much. So to sign up and grab your seat, go to sarahmonica.com/masterclass. You'll be able to choose from 3 different dates coming up. And yeah, I cannot wait to see you there. I cannot wait to answer your questions. So to be fully transparent, because I want you to start thinking about this consciously, at the end of the masterclass, I will be presenting you with the opportunity to enroll in my Outsourcing Made Easy program for photographers, where I literally give you all of my outsourcing workflows that you can copy and paste into your business so that you literally just get the shortcut. You get to just implement all of these outsourcing systems that I have worked years and years and years to develop and create so that you don't have to take years to figure it out yourself. So the doors to OMI, that's Outsourcing Made Easy in short, I call it OMI, they only open once a year. So even if you don't end up signing up for the course at the end of the masterclass, that is 100% totally okay. Like, you know what is best for you in your business at that time, but you still don't want to miss the masterclass because you're still going to learn so much and walk away with so much knowledge. So sign up at sarahmonica.com/masterclass. Pick a time that works for you, and I cannot wait to interact with you live. Also, podcasting world, it works in wondrous ways because you could be listening to this episode after the doors to OMI close. So the last day to enroll in Outsourcing Made Easy is going to be October 21st, 2021. And after that, the doors will be closed until the fall of 2022. So if you are tuning into this episode after October 21st, 2021, then I do have another resource for you because I don't want to leave you hanging. I want to make sure you still have something that can help you on your outsourcing journey. So to learn what you should focus on outsourcing first in your business with where you are at, make sure to take the quiz at sarahmonica.com/quiz, where you will get my outsourcing wedding workflow checklist for free as well, that shows you what I outsource and when after each wedding. And on top of that, how much time it saves me. So not only will you get a custom result on exactly what you should focus on outsourcing first, but you'll get my outsourcing workflow checklist that will just blow your mind on what I outsource when and how much time it saves me. So go to sarahmonica.com/quiz for that. All right, so that is a wrap for this episode. I cannot wait to catch you in the next one, where I will be sharing with you the right time to start outsourcing in your photography business. For now, have an amazing day and make sure to grab your seat in the masterclass and take that quiz. All right, bye. Yay! Thank you so much for hanging out with me and tuning into this episode. If you got value out of it, please feel free to message me on Instagram at Sarah Monica Photo. That's Sarah no H, Monica with a K, photo, to let me know. I get so freaking energized hearing from others that what I've said has had a positive impact on their lives.
Also, make sure to hit subscribe to the Shine and Thrive podcast to never miss an episode. I'm so grateful for you, and I'm sending you all the productive vibes your way so you have the best week ever.